Hey guys, what's up? What is hey? I said nothing but love your way. Hey Shawanda, how you doing? I said nothing but love your way. Those are in the bushes. I say, hey, what's up? I said nothing but love your way. We're gonna get into it. And y'all gonna have to bear with us, sister, because I just got out of prayer and I had just walked in the house and I didn't have anything to eat. So I'm eating. Okay, we're gonna be eating during this live. I'm having a burrito, beef burrito, and I'm having a salad too as well. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. The first thing I want to do is I'm gonna play um, what just hilarious comments were, and then we're gonna discuss, guys. Y'all saw the title, and I want to start off by just saying this. This is not a dig. Okay, this is not a dig, or this is not an attack against the gay community. So keep your negative comments to yourself because I'm not here to attack anybody, but I am asking that we all have some type of accountability and just be fair to one another. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking in relation to the different ethnic groups and the different, not even ethnic groups, but the different groups, the different organizations, the different communities, I should say. You understand what I'm saying? So this is not no dig or anything like that, all right? So what we're gonna do is play. You're gonna listen to it. Play, because I didn't feel like going to, I didn't want to do all of that. I could have uploaded videos, I done figured out how to do it now. But right now we're gonna just listen, okay? Turn your listening ears on and let's hear what she had to say. Okay, guys? Let me turn the music off so it can be more clear. Let's turn this music off. And then we're going to dive into this conversation. All right, guys? All right, let's go. Hold on. Put you right here.
Recently had on popular influencer Lene Vanille. Those of you may remember.
Let me know if you can hear it, okay?
Called Parking Lot Pimpin'. And now she's on Revolt Podcast Network with a show called The People's Breed. And she's a very intelligent lady who I would say has a very liberal social perspective when it comes to Black America. And she is a queer rights activist. At least that could be included in her profile. And at some parts of the show, her and Just Hilarious had a very viral back and forth.
And for you, I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting. There are other people who can have babies.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies. But they just might not identify as women.
Now, it seems like out of nowhere, this came about. Just Hilarious is talking about the only people who can have a baby or a uterus. Now, I looked at the clip before in its full context and entirety, and from what I could understand, Lene Vanille was not talking about transgenderism or anything like that. But I suspect because of her previous work and her position on supporting the LGBTQ community, Just Hilarious took this opportunity to basically make that statement. So Lene Vanille said this.
Female, but you can't be biologically woman, because woman is a gender construct, a social construct. But if you got a uterus, yeah, you can have a baby.
Yes.
To teach hateful people about transphobia and homophobia. They know what they're doing. Now I'm talking about Just Not Hilarious. Damn.
And it gets worse.
It's been like 4, maybe 3 straight years of Just Hilarious getting mad at the dolls. So my conclusion, a doll stole her man. man sent her a video about it. She's mad. Maybe she got burnt because a doll. I don't know, but a doll definitely took her man. And it's always around the same time every year, so I know that that doll took her man around this time of the year. Like, that doll must pop up on her FYP, on her Instagram every single time around the same time of the year.
So guys, I had no idea what this content creator was saying when she was referring to the term or phrase dolls. So I had to go to the particular comment section. And the guy actually asked it himself, like, what's a doll, please? I'm from London. It says black trans woman or a transgender woman. So either a doll is a black trans woman or a transgender woman, but we definitely know that it's a trans woman. But wait, there's more.
Remember when she was like, oh, some guy was in her inbox only because he thought she was a doll, and then when he found out that she wasn't, like, left? Like, is that the origin story? Is that the origin story?
So I remember hearing about this and Just Hilarious talking about it, that basically somebody thought that she was a transgender because of her features, and because Just Hilarious was not a transgender, then the person declined to deal with them further. Got him! And this is the position that other people have taken against her.
Comments that Just Hilarious made on the Breakfast Club recently does nothing but confirm exactly what I suspected. She's just projecting. I don't really feel like she has a problem with the trans community. I just vividly remember when she first started blowing up and she was getting popular, and because she was low-key taking off, the only thing the motherfuckers could really say about her was, oh, you look like a man. Oh, but like this and that, like comparing her to a trans woman because she has such defined features. Being a black woman, low-key, just black features, but I just find it really corny, and I find it sad, honestly, because, like, just, you don't have to take this vendetta against trans people just because, you know, you don't like this comment that people are making about you. Girl, you could just ignore it. You're a beautiful woman. You have a successful career. You're on the Breakfast Club just for making videos on the internet, but you want to choose to focus all this negative-ass energy onto trans people and making just unnecessary-ass, like, comments. It's really weird.
Now, this person is saying the same thing, but he's saying it in a nicer way. Like, just like, you're a very beautiful woman. The reason why you're standing on this is because of what somebody has done to you in the past. So, like, you need to basically be, you know, socially mature and not come after the trans community because of what's happened to you in the past. But rewind! I remember when this argument happened about 2 or 3 years ago, and a lot of people got involved in this, even including Tasha K to a certain point. And it happened when a transgender influencer said this.
What I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep.
Just Hilarious then responds with this.
Who the is gonna stand up for us? Who the stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you.
That's cool. You can zip line over the river.
Is you don't have a straight jacket on. Stop talking out your. Wake up.
But it seems like the transgender community, at least a part of them, were agreeing with Just Hilarious, but there was a part of the commentary that they didn't like.
What turned me was when it became this conversation of you have a delusion or a mental problem, because then that seemed like that was a different type of bias that was coming in.
Yes.
A mental disorder.
And that's where she lost me with that too. Like, not because it became, now we're all mentally insane, and we're you know, and who's going to protect us from y'all crazy people?
Now that commentary was like, well, because you're a transgender woman, or you want to become a transgender woman, then you have some level of mental disability, or you're mentally slow, or something is wrong with you. And that is the part that folk like T.S. Madison, took into account. And not only that, that has also been the position of other people commenting on this issue.
Some of these transphobic Black women to understand that we all got targets on our back. They want to wipe us out. So trying to sit here and talk about, well, there's no women or they can have a baby. So you're saying that that's what makes you a woman is reproducing, having a baby? Okay, so if that's the case, if a trans man still has their parts, they can have a baby. Yeah, I've seen it.
Now, I have no idea what this person's talking about. This person is saying, well, for you to be a woman, well, a transgender man can give a baby. Of course, because biologically they were born with a uterus. And again, all of this has gotten out of hand, and it's gotten so bad that Just Hilarious has responded with this photo in this picture. My uterus is my superpower, signed a woman. And I believe that this picture was her when she was at least maybe a few months pregnant, or I don't know when. But I think that she's trying to basically show that. And I think that the reality is a lot of ladies agreed with Just Hilarious, okay? Let's look at this particular comment section, and then you'll see what it says. We stand with Just Button. This person too says, my uterus is my superpower also. Beat It By says, just ain't wrong. Y'all do way too much. Songs by Mac says, so it's offensive to be a proud biological woman with a uterus that can grow and deliver humans. This planet getting weird. She is 1,000% right. The real Gav _B. I'm proud to be a woman too, girl. So it was a lot of people supporting what Just Hilarious was saying, despite the fact that many in the transgender community are upset. And I think what women like Just Hilarious are feeling is that, let's look at her position on the Breakfast Club. I know DEI is going away and things like that, but let's assuming that, hey, you want to be hired as a Black woman. Okay, you have to give a job to a Black woman, assuming that was the situation. So what can happen is technically a person can come in and say, well, hey, I'm a woman. I believe that I'm a woman, or I've done these things to now say I'm a woman. I was born a man. So then I qualify to have this position. Or let's talk about what's going on in women's sports. So I feel like I'm a woman, so therefore I can go in the transition and I still have the testosterone of a man. And so now I can take something that is meant for women. And I feel that what is happening with a lot of women who are born women, you would call them the term, because this is YouTube, right? Cis women. Cis women feel a certain level of encroachment by trans women onto their particular rights. And I believe that some women feel like because you have trans women, now that is devaluing them as naturally born women. And so now people are conflating the two as if they're all women. And some people look at it, well, hey, we're all facing the same challenges. And the reality for many is that, no, you're not facing the same challenges as me, because you choose to, change your direction of your sexuality or your gender to become like me. But then again, you don't face the same challenges. And it seems that as the world becomes more liberal, more and more women are like Just Hilarious. And then also what's happening is many women are afraid to talk about this. And one of the reasons why is because so many companies and so many people, especially in the Democratic liberal parties, they support this. They support a lot of transgender rights, LGBTQ rights. So, if you're hired by them or anything like that, you don't want to lose your job or be fired. And then when you look at everything that's happening, I think that a lot of women are concerned about the encroachment of what some would consider the transgender community onto the cis community's rights. And all of these terms, all of these pronouns, for me, I don't understand them. I don't understand what it is. I don't understand the politics behind it. I do know that Just Hilarious has tried to turn the LGBTQ community upside down. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Okay, so guys, y'all heard what the topic is about. And I really want to hear everybody's point of view. I am getting ready to put the link in the chat. I'm gonna give you my point of view as all the stuff in my face. Because he ended with saying that Just Hilarious is trying to change, is trying to turn the trans community upside down. I don't think that's what she was trying to do at all. Excuse me as I take a bite because I have not eaten dinner and I am hungry. So I'm gonna take a bite, y'all. Excuse me. I don't think that's what she was trying to do. Okay. Now, I titled the show Entitlement in the Gay Community. You know what I'm saying? And I did that because, and this is just my opinion. I don't want y'all to say I'm coming for the gay community because I'm not. But this is just my opinion. Historically, we have seen people come out and voice their opinion about something, and it's, especially if they are a celebrity or content creator or whatever, or an athlete or something like that, the community has a tendency to cancel them. The community has a tendency to make it hard for them to make money and take care of their family and feed their children. All because, oh hey Scorp, how you doing? I said nothing but love your way. All because of what they have said and what they have done, or they said something contrary to what they believe in. Do you know how many times groups and communities have said something against Black people? I'm gonna let y'all let that rest in for a minute. And organizations and corporations who have been biases, have showed biases. I just experienced racism, you know, with the individual. Here recently, as we were trying to conduct business with them, they flat out was racist, using racist verbiage towards me, to the point to where I had to stop what I was doing, and I turned and I looked at her, looked her in her face, and she took a couple of steps back, and then resumed saying what she was saying. But I had to give her that look, like I know exactly what you're doing, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not feeling it. But did I go? Did I have the ability to cancel her life? Did I have the ability to cancel the organization that she represented? No, did not. I understood the assignment. I understood what she was. I understood what she was doing. You understand what I'm saying? I do have the right to advocate for myself and come back and say, hey, I feel like I was being discriminated against, or whatever. But I'm not banning all the Black people together to cancel them. Are y'all following me? Are you following what I'm saying? Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me tonight. Okay. And so the comment was, Just Hilarious said you have to have a uterus essentially to be a woman. And I agree 100% with her. Now, I know that there's some people, where's Mike? I don't know, somebody call him and tell him to come on here. I would love his input. Now, do I agree that some people on this planet, on this earth, identify as women and identify as men who were born with opposite reproductive organs? I do. I understand. Do I condone it? No, I do not. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't. If you were born a man, you're a man. If you were born a woman, you are a woman. Now, do you have certain hormones and certain emotions that may make you feel more feminine? Yeah, you do. Some people may have that feeling. I'm not here to tell you how you feel inside or how you feel in your mind. I'm not here to tell you that. However, if you walk into a bathroom and so happen that your boxes is down and I see something swinging in between your legs, I'm going to call you a man. If you sitting down and squatting on the toilet and I see a pair of breasts on you, naturally I'm going to call you a woman. Now I'm not talking about the one. I'm not talking about if you done got some type of surgery. I'm talking about I'm going to call you a spade. I'm going to call you as I see you biologically. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in corporate world and on our jobs, we cannot discriminate against individuals who identify as certain sexes. And then they tell us, you know, how they are identified and what their names is, and we move forward and we go ahead and we do it. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm not going to do is silence who I am to make you feel better. I'm just not going to do that. And you're not going to silence who you are to make me feel better. So why should I do that? So I feel like Jessica had every right to say what she had to say. She went on to say in a different interview that she has lost money off that comment. She was considered to be in a TV show, and they blackballed her and uninvited her essentially to participate in that project because of that comment. Which, first of all, who are you to do that? Are we children? Because you don't like what I say, I can't break bread with you. I can't feed my kids. I can't pay my bills. I can't make money with you. Let me take a bite. Hold on, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I don't get that. I don't get it at all. I feel like at some points, yes, sometimes, not everybody, not every homosexual and every lesbian and queer and trans and bi. I'm not saying everybody, but there are some groups they do feel entitled. We can say and do what we want to say, and if you got a difference of opinion, you better not voice it, or we will cancel you. No, that's not how I roll. Because for one, you can't cancel me. You're going to have to go through God to cancel me. You can't cancel me at all. This is America where we have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and we can voice what we want to say. But is that 100% true? And that's my point that I'm driving tonight. Is that 100% true? Do we really have freedom of speech? Because just she can say what she wants to say. However, we can see that there was consequences to her actions. She lost money over that comment. And the young lady who was in the interview, who was in that podcast, was saying, other people can have babies. You can adopt. You can be a foster mom. You can give your egg and give your semen to somebody or a friend or somebody else's egg, and you can get a surrogate to help you. I mean, that's what I ain't gonna say that's what they did. However, Judy and the brat, some kind of way the brat got pregnant, but I bet I'm gonna tell you 100%, it took somebody's semen to get that woman pregnant. Do you hear what I said? I don't know if they put both eggs up in there. It's some man somewhere on this planet is that child's father. And that's nothing against them at all. But that is just simple biology. That's just simple biology. And my thing is, nobody is trying to ride against you or come against you, but the facts are the facts. And I'm so sorry. And I'm saying this with all respect. I am so sorry that some men who are living a trans life feel offended when real women come out here and say you need to be a uterus. You need to have a uterus to reproduce. It takes a man and a woman to reproduce. Or in the last part of that video, they were talking about the cis coming out here saying that they own periods. We do. And I just want to say this. Let's make some common sense today. Hold on, I'm about to take another bite, honey. I'm almost done. I'm hungry. I want y'all to make some common sense today. Nobody's trying to attack you. If you want to walk around here and say that you a dinosaur, be a dinosaur. But the fact remains that you are a human being who's portraying and living a life as a dinosaur. And nobody's gonna come for you because people can do what they want to do, and they are doing what they want to do. We ain't trying to stop you from doing what you want to do. But my thing is, yeah, she said, don't be delusional. Don't be delusional. Don't be delusional. And it's not women against trans women. Nobody, I'm not standing up against you. I don't condone your lifestyle. But I'm not standing up against you because I know this is 2025 where people can be and live how they want to live. I'm not here to bother you. But I really want you to understand the facts, and I really want you to come out of your state of delusion. Okay? Hold on, y'all. I gotta take another bite. I'm so hungry, I don't know what to do. The burrito tastes like the best thing I ever tasted in my life. But come out of your delusion. Come out of your delusion, okay? Be intelligent about this thing. We all gonna be intelligent with you. We all are going to agree to disagree. We all are going to agree that you say you want to live your life as a woman, or you say you want to live your life as a man. Okay, I agree to that. Okay, that's your consensus. All right, I agree that that's what you want to do. Do I condone it? No, I don't condone it. But at the end of the day, you came to this world as a man and you came to this world as a woman. Now you want to change who you are, and you want to change how you represent on this planet. That's up to you. But let's not be delusional about biology and scientific fact. We, as biological women, as true biological women, we do own that process of menstruation. We own it. We're women. Biologically. I was watching this young lady. She has a page. I don't know her name. She's a trans woman. Okay. And all of this that I'm saying is for entertainment purposes. It is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act and provides statutory framework for determining whether something is fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comments, and news reporting. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So listen. Hey, Gertrude, how you doing? Come on, Gertrude. And this is the thing. Nobody is telling you can't be who you want to be. If you decide that you want to dress up like a horse and prance around here with a saddle on your back, be a horse. Be a horse. Nobody is arguing with you, but when I see you and I see that you got two legs and an arm, I'm going to say that's a human portraying a horse. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm not being argumentative. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not making fun of someone who may have had discrimination in the past, or who maybe was bullied as a child, and who may have went through struggles just trying to live their life out loud. That's not what this is. But I want you to come out of your delusion. You're not a woman, you're not a man, but you identify as such, okay? And Just Hilarious was correct when she said you have to have a uterus to be a woman. If you have a uterus, you're a woman. You have to have the reproductive organs to be a woman. You want to have a baby naturally, you have to have a uterus. That's scientific fact. Women, biological women, we own that because we have the equipment to produce. Now, you may go out there and adopt maybe a surrogate, a foster care mom, however route you may go to or go to the sperm bank, whatever you want to do. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just saying different ways that I had a burrito and a salad. A beef burrito and salad. It was so good. You know, how many different ways you want to become a parent? That's fine. I know individuals that are have alternative lifestyles and their parents. I work in the industry, so I see it all the time. They come in, there's two mothers or there may be two fathers, and they don't went on and adopted. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell one partner is more masculine than the other, or they both may be the same. That's however you live your life, that's how you live your life. But I got a problem when you tell me what I can say and what I cannot say about what I see. For you to come out here and say, sis, you act like you own periods, we do. We do. As a man, you don't own that. It is biologically impossible. And that is a fact. And sometimes the facts hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I do know that the community, some individuals, they take hormones to represent physically and aesthetically how they feel emotionally and mentally. I get it. I understand. That is your choice. But at the end of the day, on the inside of you, you're still a man. The outside, you may say that you have breast implants. You may have gotten castrated and they done took it and turned it inside out and made you a little fold or whatever. But you don't have a uterus. You ain't got no ovaries. You don't got no breast ducts to produce milk. That's a fact. And I'm saying this in all respect. You cannot produce breast milk because you are a man. I don't care how much you change on the outside. Inside, you are a man. And this is my conjecture, and not necessarily it's not. I ain't found this in the Bible. I ain't seen it, but this is just an opinion that I may have. When we all stand before God, for those who believe that you're gonna stand before God, I believe you're gonna stand before God just as He created you. I don't care if you have the surgery or not. I feel like you're gonna stand before God just as He created you. Okay. And then you have individuals who they've always felt like they're a woman. I've always felt feminine when I was young. You know, some of that is hormone imbalance. Some of that is more estrogen and less testosterone. But this fact remains, you still got certain equipment on you that specifies gender, that represents as a certain gender. Okay? At the end of the day, we have freedom of speech and we can say what we want to say. So when you come out here and when they come out here and they want to live out loud and they want to be proud, guess what? You have every right to do that. But understand, on the flip side, we do too. And we're not attacking you. You understand what I'm saying? When it's Pride Month and they have a gay pride parade and all activities, feel free. You are celebrating what you identify with. You say you just made chocolate cake. You're celebrating who you are. Feel free. But if I do it, don't twist it and make it an attack and then gather up and come up against me. I'm living my life equationally just like you are. And I'm not going to rally up my Christians and come and bang you on the head and say, and try to cancel your life. But I have seen it time and time again, especially with the celebrities. They come out and they're conservative and they come out with their Christian views, or they come out with their strong views and saying that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. And then now they can't work and feed their kids because, oh, you done said something wrong. No, they have not said anything wrong. They've said what they believe in to be true. Just like you're saying and living what you believe is your truth. But nobody is trying to cancel you. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, we've been abused, we've been drugged through. Every culture, every community have been through the same thing. And I say this and I stand 10 toes down when I say it, because of your sexuality does not entitle you to compare yourself to racial discrimination or the past brutality of the black community. That's on a whole nother different level. And I understand there's been individuals in the LGBTQ community who have been killed and mugged and have been tortured because of their sexuality. I get that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is let's get some perspective. Because nobody, to be honest, nobody wants to be in nobody else's bedroom business and what they do in their bedroom business. What you do in your bedroom is your business. And I'm not here to judge you in what you do in your bedroom business, but what you're not going to do because you choose to have sex a certain way does not mean that you get to come outside and tell me what to say publicly and how to live publicly and what my view should be publicly. And that's just the truth. We mixing up the two. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, but what you do in your bedroom and who you are should not affect my freedom of speech. And what I do in my bedroom shouldn't affect your freedom of speech. You see what I'm saying? Do what you want to do because you're going to do it anyway. However, we all are sitting at this table. Oh, I can't say nothing about you or what my beliefs is because it's going to offend you, as if what you said ain't offending me. That's not how it go. That ain't how it go. That's not how it go. So Just Hilarious said, if you have a uterus, you are a woman. If you have a uterus, you can reproduce. If you have a uterus, you can have children. Those are biological facts. Unless you are a hermaphrodite. And it's nothing against the community. It's a fact. Don't get mad at creation. Don't get mad at creation and don't comfort this woman and try to silence her. She said nothing wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And now in the video, in the podcast, there was some individuals of the trans community who was making sense, and they were being, they were being fair about it. You know what I'm saying? But then there was some who just was not. You cannot. I'm sorry. I do feel like there is a double standard. There is some type of entitlement in the gay community. It's like you. I've got personal phone calls. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh, you watch what you. I'm not watching what I got to say when you for sure ain't watching what you got to say. This is a level playing field. We all can say what we want to say. Why do I gotta watch what I say, or watch or watch my views, or watch or be careful of how I express my beliefs, my religious belief, because it may offend you when you ain't gonna never ever do that for me. You ain't never gonna do it for me. Christians get talked about every single day, all day long, because of our views. And everybody make jokes and laugh about it. Oh, y'all crazy people over there doing this and speaking in tongues and this and that. And, that. And y'all make jokes about it. And the whole community laugh and they think it's funny. Feel free. But if you're going to dish it, be able to take it. That's all I got to say. If you're going to dish it, be able to take it. And we all going to sit here and eat at this table. And be good with it. But don't try to silence me. Don't try to take my career. Don't try to stop my bread. Don't try to drag me because I said something that you don't like. And that's the whole point. We saying something that you don't like. We represent something that you want to be. We represent something that you don't like. And you got a problem with it. So you trying to cancel this woman. I dropped the link, Vaughn. I dropped it. Let me do it again for you. Do you hear what I say? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it, when you do it. But guess what? I'm doing it too. I'm doing it too. We both doing it together. That's all I'm saying. And let's stop pretending. I mean, you can throw on your wig. You can go take them hormones and grow a beard. Whatever you want to do, baby. This is a free world. You can do it. But don't get mad at me if I'm going to call you whatever you want me to call you. Hey, Vaughn, I said nothing but love your way. Let me add you to the stage.
Hey, Queen. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey, smile.
How you feeling? Yeah, I can feel you.
I'm all right. I wanted to, because you said, and I agree with you. It's like when, as Christians, when we say something, it's like everybody get mad, but everybody can say something to us, right? Now, when it comes to the gays, homosexuality and stuff like that, me personally, I'm with you. What you do in your bedroom is your business. I have gay relatives. I don't condemn them. In fact, I love, my family just like I love my straight family. It really ain't no difference, right? So I'm not one of them people that feel like, oh, all gay people going to hell. I don't do all that. Okay. But what I will say is I don't like when it's like they can say whatever they want to straight people, or they can say how they feel. Then when you say something, oh, you not a bigamist. What do they call? Oh, you hate gay people and you what is it?
You have phobia.
Yeah, you homophobic, and it's like no, so that's the only thing I don't like. But other than that, I'm with you. And that's for everybody. If you can say what you want to, if like you said, if you can dish it, you should be able to take it. That's how I feel. About everything. If you hit me and I beat you up, or if you say something to me and I say something back worse, ain't no victim plan. Like, nah. You started it, okay? I finished it. But that is very much true. People do talk about, because my whole thing is, people can say, oh, Christians this, Christians that. But when we say, oh, you a demon or you heathen acting or, then we wrong. And it's like, but you just said all this.
You just said all of this, made fun of my
right.
religion, made fun of me because I speak in tongues, make fun of me because I'm celibate, or make fun of me because I don't drink, or make fun of me, and it's okay. And it's like we're supposed to just take it and just laugh with you while you laughing at us. You understand what I'm saying? But as soon as we hit back and say something about your lifestyle, oh, it's you shouldn't be doing that. You judgmental. Well, you've been judging me the whole time. You know how many times I've been called sanctified, but they put that connotation on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's supposed to be so holy and so sanctified. Honey, we are all just trying here. Ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you let me call you a derogatory term, you know what I'm saying, the F word, You know what I'm saying? Or funny, you funny. You know what I'm saying? Or you, I don't even want to say it because I know the connotation that it brings, and I'm being respectful of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a whole problem. Or you can call, but you can call me a holy roller or some crazy stuff
Right.
like that because you don't understand. You do not understand my religion. I don't pretend to understand the psyche and what goes on with someone who thinks that they are a different sex than what their body represents. I ain't pretending to understand that at all. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be respectful. Listen, my mama, before she got saved in the say for real, she
Mm-hmm.
had a God. She said this person was my godmama. I'll never forget. She lived at the end of the block. I was young. And she was a cross dresser. At the time, that's what we used to call trans. We used to call them cross dressers. He was a man who dressed up and this had to be like in the late 70s. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I want to say her name was no, it wasn't Sylvia. It was something else. You know what I'm saying? She had on makeup, and I'll never forget. I think I was being chased by a dog or something like that, and something happened, and I ended up on her porch, and I knocked on her door. She was like, "Oh, come on, baby." She was the sweetest thing. You understand what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
was told that was my godmother. I was told that
Right.
was my godmama. Hey, I said nothing. But love your way, beautiful.
Hey, Joe.
And that is what I was told. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And weren't disrespectful or anything like that. And she went on. But this new generation that we're in now, and even the generation before me, it's like, you better not say anything about us. But y'all say every crazy, disrespectful thing that y'all can think about. And then not only that, but y'all try to put us in situations where we may say things that are offensive.
Mm-hmm.
You test us and bait us and do things in front of us that you know we don't believe in, or you know
Yep.
we may have an issue with. And y'all and I have been in a ton of situations like that, so y'all can see what type of response I get. So you can pull out that card of, oh, don't be
Yeah.
disrespecting us.
That's why I said ain't no
And I
victim
feel it.
playing because
Yeah.
yes, that is true. A lot, in my opinion, provoking spirits, and that can be, in all of us. But yes, you're right. Like for example, I don't, like I said, I get kind of chastised for addressing people how they want to be addressed. So if you're a man and you call yourself a she, I will call you a she. People be like,
Respectfully.
they be like, but Kevon, that's a man. And I'm like, I know. But when let's say I'm having a conversation about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not you, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
If
know what
I'm
you're
talking
saying.
about that person, I'm be like, well, she said, well, that's a man. It's like, I know, but, and it's like, I'm not confused and I'm not going to say they are, but it's like, I'm just doing what's right by, be respectful. If
Mm-hmm.
they want to be called a girl, okay, it ain't got nothing to do with me. But what you're not gonna do is talk about me and then think I'm not gonna, talk about you. Okay, you need
Exactly.
to stop wearing them wigs and them lip, whatever it is that I say when I'm angry, because you said what you wanted to say when you're angry. So that's why I say stop with that. I don't like the victim mentality
Exactly.
that
And to be honest,
some people in
it's
the gay
something that
community have.
it's something that they lay in reserve and pull out when they need to, because if you just look at the gay community, they are a strong community. They have been through a lot
Yes,
of hardship. They have been through a lot of ridicule. They have been through a lot of discrimination, and they have pushed and got laws changed for them. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to say
but
this. Hey, how you doing?
everybody
Hey, Lionel,
is
send us
right.
love your way. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't they enemy, but it's
Everybody
like
not your enemy.
some people have some people have that mentality. As soon as they it's like they don't handle things normally. It's always, oh, you homophobic, oh, you got something against me because I'm gay, and it's
Mhm.
like, no, you just ain't
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's it.
And that's my point of view. You understand what I'm saying? Michael's been my friend for 30 years. He's part of the community. He knows where I stand, but I dare not disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? Now, but
Right,
we joke hard. We joke
right,
hard. We joke hard on each other's lifestyle. We do, but we understand each other, and I can take it. Just like he dish it, I can take it. Just like I dish it, he
right.
can take it. And at the end of the day, he know for sure that I earnestly love him, and I know for sure that he earnestly loves me. You understand? But it's a respect there. You know what I'm saying? But I would never, in a dogmatic, disrespectful way, come at him and call him out his name or anything like
Right.
that. I would never do that because, for one, I respect you as a human being. That's the first thing. I'm going to always respect you as a human being because you are a human being. How you doing, SBK? I said nothing but love your way. But at the end of the day, my problem is this: I don't want you to get mad at what I am seeing physically and visually. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you a man in a dress and you say you want to be addressed as a woman, I'm going to address you as a woman, whatever your name is. But don't get mad at me if I say you are a man pretending to be a woman, or you a man that's living their life as a woman. That's my prerogative. Would I say that in front of you? No, I'm not going to be disrespectful and say that. But the reality is the reality. And that's my only problem with the community. You can be whatever you want to be, but at the end of the day, you were born a man or you were born a female.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the problem I got. Hey, do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't like you know how they say, as you know, religious people push religion onto other people. I don't like when, you know, gay people are push their lifestyle on everyone, especially children. That's just my own personal
and so
feeling.
they got gay children books out now that they are pushing for education.
And that's what I feel, that's pushing I'm gonna say what their agenda, you know, onto children, because I feel like, you know, yes, some people say, you know, well, I knew I was this way since I was a child. But should I give my children these books? No,
well, this is
I don't feel that way.
I feel like it shouldn't be given to children because what makes you a homosexual? Because you like to be physical and sleep with other men. Okay, so now we're dealing with sexuality. Regardless if it's heterosexual sex or sexuality, I feel like it's too young to be introduced to children. No child should be introduced to anything that has to do with sexuality other than this is how you clean yourself. This is how you maintain good hygiene. Stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't think no child needs to understand that it's okay for two men to be together. Or this is how two men live their life. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's not. I don't think you should be introducing that to a child right now, or anything that has to do with sexuality at this point. Let them make their own decision. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear where there's books about family and heterosexual families in there. Yeah, there is. You understand? But when it comes to sexual content or sexuality, we should not be introducing that to children, whether it's heterosexual or bisexual or however sexual you want it to be. Let's just make some common sense. But people, they use that to try to say, well, y'all do it. How come I can't introduce it? Because it is an alternative way of living that a child should not be exposed to right now. Right. That's just common sense. That's you said. I have very few family members that go that way. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just common sense. You said I was worried about grandbabies because I wanted. I was worried my grandkids because I wanted babies. I understand what you're saying, Scorp. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem that I have. It's like, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna get ridiculed. And I understand if I get ridiculed. You want to be on the same level in the same playing field as a heterosexual woman or a heterosexual man, and in fact, you're on the same level field because you're just a human being. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to what you prefer sexually, no. When it comes to creation, no. I'm sorry. Because you choose to sleep with a certain individual or a certain sleep and have sex in a certain way, don't put you on the same level field as society. Go on and do what you want to do. Go and do and sleep with who you want to sleep with. You understand? That don't make me no better than you and you no better than me. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like they have taken their sexuality and their choice of sexuality and saying because I'm gay, I should have this right. I should have that right. When you already inherently have these type of rights because you're just a human being, but you want to take it to the next level, and then you want to shove your lifestyle down our throat and ridicule us because we come out against it. When you gonna come out against it whenever, however you want to, and we all supposed to just sit here and take it as if you are some disabled individual. But you're not. You're very strong.
Thank you, Queen. Yes. Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want the same type of respect and the same type of observance that a mentally ill or disabled person does. And that's and that just should not be.
But then get upset when
your sexuality is different.
Right. But then get upset when people want to classify them as mentally ill. They don't want that title, but they want to be treated
and I don't think they're mentally
that
ill.
way.
I don't think they're mentally
Right.
ill. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
you want people to walk on eggs and tiptoe around
exactly.
you because you have chosen to sleep and have sex a certain way. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
No. That's just like me. I like it. I excuse my vernacular for those starchy Christians, but because I like to get bent over, I want everybody to observe a certain. I don't want you to talk to me any kind of way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I want you to make sure I'm at the front of the line because I like to get bent over. No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense.
No. No. It don't make no sense. Hey, Soul Session, I said nothing but love your way.
I think there should be equality as far as respect, equality as far as understanding, but all the jumps and, all the tricks and the hoops and that to me is just too much, Respect you, respect me as a, straight person, heterosexual, right? And I will respect you as a homosexual or a lesbian. That's just how I look at it. But I feel like all this extra stuff is just too much. Okay, y'all want to use the bathroom as women, y'all and children be in there. It's like I do not, and only because I have children, y'all. And I'm not saying y'all got to understand. I grew up with lesbian aunts and homosexual cousins, and we were all treated the same. And my homosexual cousins dressed like men. My aunts dressed like women, except the one. But anyway, the point is, we are women and we are men, and they're men. And I don't, I don't see, we should all be able to use the bathroom together. No, why? Like that's just doing too much.
And that goes back to common sense. You understand
right.
what I'm saying? And they got that changed because the lawmakers, half of them are homosexual. And when I say that, I'm not being derogatory and I'm not being disrespectful. It just is what it is. They on the down low and they band together and they sit together and they say, oh yeah, because I identify a certain way or I want to be a woman, I should be able to use the women's bathroom. So let me tell you something. It is mortifying. It is, and I'm saying this with all sincerity and all respect, for a young child to see a 6-foot woman when in a wig, you know what I'm saying? Pull out their private and use the bathroom. Say something, by chance a child see that. They're not going to understand that. And that's not me being colonial and back in the Stone Age and come on, please. No, it is. If you get, and I'm saying this because I have the freedom of speech to say this, and I'm not being racist or I'm not being disrespectful to the community. I want y'all to make some sense. If you have a penis and you need to go to the bathroom, pull that skirt up, walk your tail in that man's bathroom and go use the bathroom. You still gonna come out and be a woman that you want to be. Is that gonna really change how you feel you are? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? It's just a move that you're shooting, and because you want it that way and you want us to accept you as a woman and not a man, which, hey, if that's what you want to be, then go ahead. But let's make some sense. If you sit out and squat and piss, why would you want to walk in the men's urinal and use the bathroom?
And my thing was this too.
In that women's bathroom and go use the bathroom and come on out.
Why couldn't they just make bathrooms for transsexuals and genders and stuff? Why couldn't they just do that? I'm like, I don't understand.
Unisex bathrooms. So they have unisex bathrooms. But hey, if y'all want to go all the way and you want something that is truly yours, then shoot for a trans bathroom and let it say trans bathroom. And guess what? That's your very own bathroom. And it's going to have urinals and toilets in there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have whatever you need up in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's yours. But come on, quit playing in our face. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a woman. I don't want no man coming in there using the bathroom, and I know you a man,
No.
and you just got on the wig.
Mhm.
I know I don't want to pull my pants out and use the bathroom and knowing you in there. That's just me.
Mm-mm.
It ain't got nothing to do with your sexuality. It ain't got nothing to do with me disrespecting you as who you are. At the end of the day, you have the strength of a man. Just
And
like
then
them,
it's
just like you in the
right.
boxing.
I was gonna say the sports, you know, the fact that they allow, you know, them to be in female sports. I just don't think it's fair because they do have the strength of a man. And I'm not saying that, you know, a woman can't outrun a man or, you know, out football or whatever, but why? Like that's all. My only
Yeah.
thing is like now they have, you know, they get pads, you know, and they want period. And it's to me, it's just like me personally, y'all, it's I just don't understand why does it seem like the men who, you know, dress like women or trans, what is the word? I don't want to say transform, but
No, they're
what?
transgender.
Yeah, they're transgender, you know. Why do y'all want to be like, it's almost like they want to be just like us and they want to be more important than us at the same time, you
At the
know.
same time, and they want you to just identify that they are a woman. They want us to understand that you are one of us, but at the end of the day, you in your mind you may be, but physically you are not. And that's not being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? There was a boxer, a young lady who fought a transgender woman because she fought to be in the women's category, which I felt like was unfair because biologically the man is stronger than a woman. And that's not putting women down, but that's just biologically the fact or truth. You understand what I'm saying? And that woman said she was in tears at the end of that fight. That grown woman was in tears. She said, I have never been hit so hard in my life. At the end of the day, this was a man who lived their life as a woman and may have been on hormones to make her softer, her features softer aesthetically, you know what I'm saying, and live
Mhm.
her life as a woman. But at the end of the day, was a man beat this woman and won
Exactly.
because you are
Mhm.
a man fighting a woman. At the end of the day, you a man fighting a
Mhm.
woman who lives as a woman. So if you want to do that, hey man, I said nothing but love your way. So if you want to do that, they have a transgender category, so transgenders can
Mhm.
fight transgenders.
They have the Special
So it can be
Olympics. I don't
fair.
see anything wrong with the transgender, with the trans Olympics. Ain't that how they would put it?
Yeah, the trans, so
That's
it
all
can
I'm
be
saying.
fair because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
biologically and scientifically, you got a man fighting a woman, and that's just it. It ain't nobody coming for y'all, but it's a fact. You want to be in a women's category because you feel like you a woman, then you need to be in a trans woman's category and fight a trans
Mhm.
woman so it can be fair. Because at the end of the day, it's not fair. You're fighting a person who has estrogen in their body, who has a uterus, who have breast ducts, who has ovaries. You have
Mhm.
none of that. It's not evenly matched. And it's just the truth. And it's a sad commentary as a society that we going for. And we dare not speak against it or you're being discriminatory, you're being racist. No, it's the truth. You are a grown 6 foot, 7 foot man fighting this woman.
Mhm.
And I thought that was so disgusting. I'm not going to stop you for coming in the bathroom and using the bathroom. I'm not going to stop you for using certain pronouns. I'm not going to stop you and say, hey, you can't wear that dress. Hey, be you. But at the end
Yeah,
of the
but
day,
I'm gonna
come
stop
out of
you
your
from trying to
delusion.
compete with me. I'm gonna
Come
stop you
out
on
of your
there.
delusion.
Yeah, nah. You can't beat me up in the boxing ring. Yeah, nah. Mm-mm. I forfeit the fight. That's a
And
man.
you're making history and you calling yourself a trailblazer. All I really saw was a man who was confused about their sexuality. I say confused, but they want to be a certain way, beat a woman up. That's all I saw.
Right.
And I was sickened by it. Because it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Fight within your category. She's not in your category because she's not a trans woman. She's a woman, a
My
biological woman.
my brother-in-law says this all the time. Well, if there, you know, even though it just sounds like I understand why we, you know, the gay rights movement happened. I understand that part. But he said, wouldn't it be silly if we were trying to have heterosexual rights? And I'm like,
Yeah.
right. Like it just sounds silly.
But you
I
know what,
understand,
Mom? We
the
do. It's called
violence.
civil rights. It's called civil rights. We do.
There we go. It's like I understand, like, you don't beat up on people. You know how people beat up on bums, and stuff. Like you don't beat up on people just because the sky is blue. I totally understand that. But all the other stuff that's going on, to me, it's just I feel like it's taking advantage of I don't want to say that because people gonna think because I truly don't. I have no problem with gay people. It's the extra stuff that bothers me.
The extra stuff you wanna push the threshold. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
want to take over, and they have our Senate, our representatives. You know what I'm saying? You want to
yeah,
take over legislation. You want to make sure that um, in every movie there's a gay person, as if you guys are a minority. See, this is the thing.
right.
You are not a ethnicity, and I know I'm saying it incorrect. You are not a race. You are a group of individual. Queen could be reading chat wrong. Am I reading the chat wrong? Queen be reading the chat wrong. Am I reading it wrong? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Squirt. You're not an ethnicity. You're not a race. You are a community of people who choose to sleep and have sex a certain way. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
that is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? If all of the people who like to have sex doggy style got together and said, please do not discriminate against dogs, we would be
I
looking
I would
crazy.
be
We would be
Queen.
looking crazy.
I would be a part of that group because like you
You
said, bending
understand what
over.
I'm saying? But it's
Yes,
weird. You understand what I'm saying? It's
it's
crazy as
weird.
heck.
Yes,
If all of
yes.
the people who decided that they like to have sex missionary style and they all got together and said, please, we want to create a law where we're able to do certain things, do this, we will be looking crazy.
Very, very crazy.
That's how it looks
Insane.
to me. Go on about your life and your business. And I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, in no means. But because you want to have gay sex does not mean that you get to dominate the table.
Yeah.
Or because you
And
want
that's
to wear
why,
a dress does not
and
mean
Queen,
I got to stop being a woman.
and that's why in my opinion, it shouldn't be introduced to children because it's gay sex. Now I'm not speaking against the lifestyle, but usually when you have a conversation about sex with a child, it's about babies. Like how does the baby come along? That's when you because kids don't ask you, well, they ask where do babies come from, and then once you explain where the babies come from, then that's when the questions about sex pop up, right? But other than that, what is there to explain about to a child about the gay lifestyle other than it's a lifestyle, you know?
Or just sex in general. Until they get
Queen.
older and you talk to them about the birds and bees and protect them.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like let's keep sex out of the equation right now. You talking about children, but they done spewed over into the
Hmm.
children because they want to get them young because they are the next generation, and they want it to be the norm, and that's with
Hmm.
anything. That's with anything. I'm saying anything: homosexuality, promiscuity, social
Hmm.
media, pop culture. They're starting to introduce certain concepts to children young because they want it ingrained in them. They want them to grow up with the ideology. So it's a part of
Hmm.
it. And that's with anything. Bad eating, poor choices, smoking. They're targeting younger people. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so, but my thing is call a spade a spade. Ain't no dummies up in here. And I'm not gonna play in your face. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pity pat you.
Hmm.
You bold enough to come out here, I'm gonna be bold enough to come out here too. It's nothing worse than somebody that's insecure in who they are, and you ain't got. I can't stand a quiet, weak mouth woman. I can't
Hmm.
stand it. Have a voice. Take a stand. If you're against it, be against it. If you say right, let it be right. If you say wrong, if you saying wrong, let it be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say because I know for a fact you gonna say what you gonna say, and we all gonna say it loud at the table together. That's how I feel. Don't play like you say, playing a victim. You playing like it's really offending you, but it really ain't. Because one thing I know about the gay community is that they're strong. They're extremely strong,
and they do stand. They stick together. They stick together. They stick together, baby.
And they go have a job. You know, say anything that you need, and then you in that community, they're gonna come together. Listen, they band together. They band together, and they take care of their own.
And in my opinion, from everybody in my family, they are the most kind. Will give you the shirt off their back. They'll fight for you. You know, like I'm talking about real fighting. You know, swinging on, because my auntie don't play about me, baby. But you know, all of that weird stuff. I will say, you know, in my opinion only, and I hope she's not listening because I shared you out. I just don't like, you know, her girlfriends, because to me, they weird. Okay. It'd be like, bruh, okay, you normal. Here go, you know, you had to link up with a weirdo. Because
you don't gotta even understand the sex. I don't understand the sex at all. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't for me to understand. That's what you do in your bedroom.
When you say you don't understand the sex, what do you mean?
As a heterosexual woman, and I'm true blue. I'm true blue. I'm a true blue heterosexual woman. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand the sex either way. I don't understand lesbian sex, and I don't understand a homosexual sex. I don't understand bisex. I don't understand it because I'm a lover of men, and it ain't for me to understand. It's for you to understand because that's your lifestyle, right? I'm speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't. I don't get it. I don't get turned on by it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it because I believe sex belongs between a man and a woman because our bodies are made up to fit. We are a puzzle that fits together. Do you understand what I'm saying? It fits perfectly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, somebody may say, but we got a hole too, but it don't fit perfectly. It don't, and I know I'm being a little bit graphic. Don't send it to the kids. You know what I'm saying? It don't fit perfectly. It don't. It take a lot of products to make it fit perfectly. But a woman and a man fits perfectly. Now that's just my belief. We were made for him, and they were made for us. Bottom line, that's how I feel. Now you may feel a different way. That's on you. You can do that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
you know what I'm saying?
I think I'm gonna be honest. I never thought about it the way you just explained it. Other than, I mean, they got parts like we got parts, and they kind of do stuff with them. I know. Wait.
I mean, you know what? They can, but at the bottom line, you can make any puzzle. If you shade that thing down, you can make any puzzle piece fit. Try your best to make it fit. Sometimes the wrong puzzle piece fit with the wrong puzzle piece. You say, "Oh, that go," but when you look at it aesthetically and topically, the pictures don't match up. They don't line up. So you say, "Oh, that don't fit." So you go find the correct puzzle piece that fit. Any man on this planet, and I'm me, right? Any man on this planet, if I chose to sleep with them, they gonna fit inside. They're gonna fit perfectly because I was designed for that man's penis. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I try to go get with a woman to procreate, we ain't gonna fit. Now, she may go back something to try to insert something. You understand what I'm saying? She may use other parts of her body, but the sexual organs that she has does not fit. It does not insert and lock in with my sexual organ.
Okay, check it. I get what yes. Have you ever seen that picture where it's like the pencil and the sharpener, and then they have two sharpeners together and two pencils together? Have you ever seen that picture? Okay, so you just put it into words, right?
Oh, okay.
So what you know, I'm not gonna be graphic, but what came across in my mind is when two women try to come together, they have to cross their legs. And like they gotta like get sideways to do stuff. And when two men come together, just follow me.
Okay.
And when two men come together, one person is fitting into the puzzle piece, but there's still a piece dangling of the puzzle, right? But when a man and a woman come together, like you said, it comes together perfectly.
It comes together perfectly because at the end of the day, we were designed to procreate and populate, procreate and populate the earth. God just allowed us to have sexual and pleasure and physical pleasure along the way. You understand? And to enjoy each other. He made us specifically for the men. Now, this is my own personal belief. I'm not here to discredit anybody else's belief system, but we were designed for the man. He made us perfectly for the man. That is why we experience such great pleasure, and that is why we can reproduce humanity when we get together. Not two lesbian couples, they can reproduce humanity, but they're gonna always use the semen of a man to do so.
Right.
They ain't gonna be no two coming together reproducing humanity. That's why I say when a man and a woman come together, it's a bad thing, baby. It's an awesome thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because we have the ability to populate humanity the way God ordained it to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? SBK, I can't imagine you as a girl. SBK ain't coming out here with no wig and no skirt time myself. Now y'all gonna call me Shawanda. Now y'all gonna call me Sabrina. Come on up out of here. He gonna be coming out here like that. You understand what I'm saying? But the point is, if he do decide to do that, that's his prerogative.
That's gonna be one big strong girl. Okay, you see them arms, child?
He about to go.
I'm messing with you, SBK.
Look, he coming like he gonna be in a female weightlifting competition.
Girl, that's one boxing ring I wouldn't even look at if he was gonna step in.
You understand what I'm saying?
No.
You understand what I'm saying? But the whole ideal that Just Hilarious, and I'm getting back to the topic, the whole ideal that Just Hilarious is getting dragged because of what she said is ridiculous to me, because she said nothing but pure facts. Pure facts. You understand what I'm saying? A woman is defined because she has a uterus and ovaries. It can reproduce. It have milk ducts in her breast. She has estrogen. She's a woman. Where is the offense? Where's the offense? And the fact that you're saying that, so y'all sis come out here and think that y'all own periods. We do. You're not dropping an egg every month because you don't have them.
Exactly.
And that ain't got nothing to do with you. But come out of the fantasy world that you guys are living in. That's all I want you. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I don't condone it. But in general, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong because you have a right to do it. But come out of the fantasy world that you are living in. And don't be mad because everybody don't see things your way. This is America where people can be what they want to do. We have the freedom to do so. But the only thing I hate is that you all have created a whole movement to say whatever we say is right and anybody else say it's wrong, we're going to shut you down. That's just not fair. Scorp, you said, Scorp, the world needs more women like you. Trump getting rid of all that bull crap. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't got time for that. I just don't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to bother nobody. I ain't here to irritate nobody. Baby, if you want to be a pigeon and fly around here, go ahead and be a pigeon. But at the end of the day, you're a human being pretending to be a pigeon. And I'm not going to succumb. I'm not going to suppress or succumb my children to have to go in the bathroom with you because you decided that you wanted to be a pigeon or a woman. I'm not finna do that. It's just not fair. See, that's what I'm talking. That's why I go with your personal individual ideology now has to be adopted as national law. Like, no, that's not fair to us. Keep your personal opinion, ideology, and sexuality to yourself. Nobody cares but you. And it's okay. But don't impose all humanity or all Americans to that. I don't want that. Now, should I come out and say, I don't want a man coming in here, a transgender man coming in the bathroom? I don't want this. Oh no, then I will be wrong. They will call me racist. They will say that, you are discriminating against us. No, I'm just saying, I know as a woman, I don't want a man in here using the bathroom. I don't care if you got on a skirt and a woman. I don't care if you had some type of augmentation. I don't care. You're still a man, and I don't feel comfortable.
And we should be able to say that without getting beat up on. But Queen, I gotta go. I love this live you did. Thank you for letting me up on the panel, sis. And I'm gonna drop down, and good show, okay?
All right, Fluffy and Fabulous said, thank you, Mom, for joining the show. Fluffy and Fabulous said, it's biology, XX and XY chromosomes. I love everyone. However, I refuse to call a woman a man and vice versa. I will not lie to them, nor appease anyone's opinion or ideals of what they think they are. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Hey, I said what I said. I said nothing but love your way, sweetie, because you deserve it. Do you understand what I'm saying? The bottom line. It's just the bottom line. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not here to bash the community. I don't want no smoke from you guys. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all smart, you intelligent, you know what I'm saying? Y'all strong, y'all united. I ain't gonna never take that away from you guys. You understand? But let's just be real. You want to walk down the street with a 32-piece lace front, then go ahead and do it. You understand what I'm saying? But don't get mad at me because I say you're not a biological woman. Because you're not. And I got the freedom to say that. I'm going to say she identifies as woman, and I'm going to call you by your name, whatever your name is, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it in this taste. I'm like, hey, girl, how you doing? I like this girl. I'm going to be that one. But at the end of the day, you're a man who is living a life as a woman. You have sexual organs that identify as men unless you done got the surgery. It's the truth. And that woman, just hilarious, said the truth, and she said all facts. You got a uterus, you having a baby. If you ain't got one, you just not having a baby unless you're not gonna go through the birthing process. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go an alternative way, and that is biological proof, facts. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for this woman to be blackballed and they done took jobs away from her because what she said, she ain't said nothing wrong. Let's go back so that I want y'all to hear exactly what she said. Maybe some of you all was not there earlier in the chat. So let's go back to what she said. The woman didn't say anything. She didn't say anything wrong, to be honest. She honestly did not. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Matter of fact, we might as well just go back to the beginning. Because that's when she said it. Hold on one second.
Popular influencer Lene Vanine. Those of you may remember her famous series on YouTube called Parking Lot Pimpin'. And now she's on Revolt Podcast Network with a show called The People's Breed. And she's a very intelligent lady who I would say has a very liberal social perspective when it comes to Black America. And she is a queer rights activist. At least that could be included in her profile. And at some parts of the show, her and Just Hilarious had a very viral back and forth.
And for you, I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting. There are other people who can have babies.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies. But they just might not identify as women.
So it seems like out of nowhere, this came about. Just Hilarious is talking about the only people who can have a baby or a uterus. Now, I looked at the clip before in its full context and entirety, and from what I can understand, Lene Vanine was not talking about transgenderism or anything like that. But I suspect because of her previous work and her position on supporting the LGBTQ community, Just Hilarious took this opportunity to basically make that statement. So Lene Vanee said this.
Female, but you can't be biologically woman. Woman is a gender construct, a social construct. If you got a uterus, yeah, you can have a baby.
Yes, that's the point. If you have a uterus, you can have a baby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we agree on that.
Now, Just Hilarious received a bunch of backlash from many people who either are in the LGBTQ community or support the LGBTQ community.
Repeat after me. It is not my job to teach hateful people about transphobia and homophobia.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I don't think that it was transphobia or homophobia. I don't think that that woman has that. She purely stated facts. Only women can have babies. Only women can have pregnancies. Only women can carry babies. That's not homophobia. That's not transgender phobia. That's not hateful verbiage. It's a biological fact. I ain't never seen a man carry a baby. I've never seen a man go through labor. I've never seen anyone without a uterus produce a child. And not only that, it takes semen and it takes an egg to produce a child. And that's not anything hateful against the gay community, the transgender community. It's not hateful, but you took that little bit that she said and you weaponized it against her. And that's not fair. That's just not fair. And this woman can't make no money. She knows she's on a Breakfast Club, but y'all taking opportunities from her because of what she said and her beliefs. And it ain't even necessarily a belief. It's just biologically sound, scientifically sound. And I know I'm telling the truth, but you don't want to hear it because, oh, you know what I'm saying? Who is she? I'm a woman just like you got transgender women who talking about they coming on their period and stuff. And I'm sorry for being graphic. I know you want to be a woman, and I know that yearning is inside of you, but I'm going to need you to come out of your delusion. And I'm just telling the truth. You could pretend in your fantasy world and be wherever you want to be. But the problem I have with it is when you take your own personal fantasy or your own personal ideology and you impose it on society, and we have to accept it as law. We have to accept it as the norm. We have to accept it as a way that we engage and treat you, or as a foundation as we engage and treat you. When you never doing that for us. You're never doing it for no other group, for no other community. You're just not going to do it. You're just not going to do it. Y'all not going to have respect for the heterosexual community like we supposed to have respect for the gay community. Now, some of you guys are. Yeah, you are. I'm not saying every person of that community is like that. I'm not saying that. But it's too much. I feel like the entitlement is real. The entitlement is most definitely real in the community. You think because you like to have sex, some of y'all like to have sex a certain way, that we supposed to walk on tiptoes around you guys, and we supposed to silence what we believe in because of what you believe in. No, it don't work like that. It do not work like that at all. And I know that I'm telling the truth. I know that I'm telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? I had to come out here and address that because I was just like, this is crazy. This woman ain't said nothing wrong. And then the lady got immediately on the defensive, like, other people can have children. Other people can have children. Yeah, if you get a surrogate, yeah, if you get artificially inseminated by a man's semen, you most certainly can. But two women ain't never producing a child naturally. That ain't never happening. Two men ain't never naturally. I don't care if one in a dress and one in a pair of pants. And y'all have sex. You not ever producing a child naturally. It's never happening. Because that's not the way God created us. It's a fact. You gotta have semen and an egg. It's a fact. But don't use that against the heterosexual community. We can procreate naturally, but don't use that against us. Don't be hateful towards us because you envying and that's what you want to be. Don't use us. All I say is live your life the way that you want to live it. But when it comes to biological facts, just recognize it and move on. Don't drag this woman for speaking truth. She ain't told no lies. Only a woman can have a baby. That's not a lie. And that's not a reason for this woman not to break bread. That's not a reason for this woman not to be able to feed her kids. That's not a reason for this woman to not be able to work. I said Sodom and Gomorrah fell because of that type of behavior. It's the truth, but people don't want to believe it. And I'm not here to judge your lifestyle. All I'm going to say is go over there and do the Deuteronomy and read it for yourself. I'm not here to judge. I'm going to say it again. If everybody who like to get bent over decided they want to march on Washington for civil rights for people who like to be bent over, then you will be looking at people will be looking at us like we was crazy. What? You want rights? You want laws on the books because you like it missionary style? That don't make no sense, but that's essentially what's happening. What you mean? Because you like sex a certain way, you want laws on the books to protect you because you want to have sex a certain way? That don't make no sense. But this is where we are in 2025. This is what we are, and no, nobody want to come out and say it, but it's the truth. Everybody who like to have sex in missionary style, raise your hand. Okay, you guys get to set laws. You guys get to change the labels in certain facilities. You guys get to determine what's discrimination on your job. You guys get to tell other people how to address you because you like to have sex missionary style. Do that make sense? Now I can see you saying because you are a black person and they lynched and they killed you and they made you be a second-class citizen and you had no voting rights and you were enslaved. Because of that, we're going to give you some rights and give you a First Amendment right. I can see that. But I cannot for the life of me understand that we got to make all of these changes to our great country because you like homosexual sex. And I know this ain't popular, but I'm just saying. And this is my view, and all of this is under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides statutory and framework for determining whether something is in fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comments, and news reporting. This is exactly what is happening in 2025. And I am so over it. After all the refrain and all of the, all of the discipline that society is having to recognize this group and all of the rewriting and all of the accommodating that society is doing for this group, it seems like we still don't never get it right for y'all. It's still somebody that got to lose their job, they got to lose their money or lose their brand because they believe differently than you. So what? We believe differently than you. You believe differently than us, and you're still able to thrive. You're still able to get all type of amenities. You're still able to get all type of concessions. You guys get chosen first for everything, and it's okay because you got rights. But guess what? So do we. So we all sitting at the table. Let's just be aware of each other that we all sitting at the table. Everybody making concessions to make sure that y'all okay. Because you want to have sex a certain way. Because that's the only thing that's making you different from me. You understand what I'm saying? There was a time my black ancestors couldn't even walk in a bathroom. And here we are in 2025. Y'all got a whole bathroom for yourselves. Because you like to have sex a certain way. Whether you black or white. Ain't that a kick in it? Ain't that something? Your black homosexual self, transgender self, got a whole relabeling of bathrooms just for you when your ancestors couldn't even sit in the same bathroom as a white person. That is strives. That is progress. So please understand that concessions have been made. Am I telling the truth? Fluffy says, right, we all have a choice. If folks do it in their bedroom and then their bodies it's slowly becoming a norm in the sense that if anyone challenges the ideal of anything, opposite is an issue. Yeah. Oh, you can't say that. Why I can't? Why? How come I can't say it? I mean, ain't you said what you want to say? That's all I'm saying. You say what you gonna do. You do what you gonna do. But I am too. But please don't affect my livelihood because I do it. That's all. I see it all the time. We see it all the time. Did y'all see what so-and-so said? Oh, they gonna cancel him. Why? When y'all say some of the worst, craziest stuff about heterosexual individuals. And y'all do it on purpose. And y'all get away with it. Y'all talk about Christians. Y'all talk about heterosexual women and men. Y'all do it all the time. And so do heterosexual people. They do it too all the time. And I don't think it's right. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all get the movement as a movement and counsel folks. It's like we don't have the right to say what we want to say, but y'all feel like y'all have the right to say what you want to say because y'all been so victimized. Well, guess what? So have Jews, so have black people, so have women, so have black men. Come on. You say, and we have to use pronouns that we don't even understand. Come on, I said what I said. And better use them. Or you're going to get fired from your job. They're going to go complain to HR and you're going to get fired. I can't go in there and say that you offended me as a minister. Please don't use that type of vernacular around me. They're going to laugh at me. But you let me go in there and call somebody a sissy. I'm going to be on Skid Row trying to figure it out. You said we are in battle. No one flesh and blood. Not one of flesh and blood. And yes, pronouns are wild to me. They so wild to me. You know, it's like, but and then when you don't understand it, because you just generally don't understand, you get ostracized for that too. And this is not me coming up against the community, but I'm like, come on, y'all got to be real. Y'all got to be real. And you got to be patient and understanding. You understand? Say y'all want certain entitlement. Y'all want certain concessions that only ostracized racists should be getting. I'm sorry. You want to be on the same level as the Jews in the Holocaust. And that just should not be. You want to be this on the same level as African Americans in the 1950s in the civil rights movement. That don't make sense to me. You want to be on the same level as the Vietnamese people who got killed and murdered over in Vietnam. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to hear about what we was this, we was raped. Any person that get raped, anybody that gets raped or abused or mugged, there are laws in place for you, regardless of how you sleep in and where you sleep at and who you sleep with. There are laws in place for you. We don't need to take it up and let, but it was gay rape. Rape is rape, and that person should be in jail. It should follow the judicial system to go to jail, and they should be prosecuted. Did I say it? I said it. But you understand, it was gay rape. Were you not taking advantage of your body? Whether you're homosexual or heterosexual, rape is rape, ain't it? Nobody want to say it, but I'm saying it. You said one place that doesn't care or follow their own rules is jail. Come on, girl. You talking. But you don't understand. I was ostracized and I was mugged and I was this and I'm a gay person. So was my grandma. And because she was black, the police didn't even follow up on the case. I just need y'all to be real. That's all. I just want y'all to be understanding and be tolerant and understand that we are here in the melting pot of the world. We are in America. Hey, comedian Michael, I said nothing but love your way because you deserve it. That's all I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? I want us to be now what was said about gay people. See, this is what I'm saying. You have to go back to the beginning of the show to understand, because I said nothing derogatory about gay people. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? My thing is this. This is what I want to say. We are all on the same level. Ain't nobody up here. Ain't nobody down here. No, we all sitting at the same table. There should not be no special observation or special privileges for individuals who sleep and have sex a different way. I'm sorry. You said I can't stomach a whole live of yours. I'm just saying. Oh, you ain't got to. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's just like the Jews who went through Holocaust and the African Americans who were enslaved. You can say one may be worse than the other, but that was a great tragedy in all. I'm gonna need people just to make some sense up in here, and let's just be real and come out of the delusion. So should we discharge Black History Month? Should we observe Black History Month? And this is the thing. Now I'm gonna say this, Michael, and I said this, I alluded to this earlier in the live. Black History Month and Pride Month is two different things. Pride Month is celebrating a group of individuals who has sex a certain way. Black History Month is observing a race of people who were ostracized. Are gay people ostracized? Yes, they are. They're ostracized because of what they do and the sex that they have. Is it right? Absolutely not. But it has nothing to do with race. It all has to do with the individual and the community. Homosexuality and your race and who you are as an ethnic group is two different things. It's two different things. Being Black is not a community. Being homosexual is a community. Being Black is a race. It's an ethnicity. It's a genetic. Being homosexuality has nothing to do with genetics. That's my personal belief. Two different things to you, not the LGBTQ community. Homosexuality is not a choice. And you have every right to believe that, Michael. You do. You have every right to believe that. That's your personal choice. When I came into this world, I didn't have a choice to be black because my skin said I was black. My genetics says that I'm black. My DNA, when they cut my DNA open, it says that I'm black. And I'm just giving you an example, and I'm not being disrespectful, okay, at all to you, Michael. You know I'm not. Okay, but when they take my DNA, it's my DNA, my genetics, my blood, my fluid, all it's gonna say that I'm an African American man. When they take your fluids and your blood and your genetic, they cannot tell that you are a gay man. Biologically and scientifically, you do not register as a gay man. But biologically and scientifically, I register as a black African American woman. You said when they cut mine open, Skittles and... Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the difference that I'm making. I'm saying on a biological standpoint, Jess Hilarious, when she made that comment, was speaking nothing but facts. But the community took it as being disrespectful to the transgender community, which that was not the case at all. At the end of the day, only a woman can carry a pregnancy of a child. There are some cases where men have just Y chromosomes than X series. And I know what you're saying. I understand that. And I've seen stories where the mother had to make a choice because the child was born with both genitals. And they had to go on a molecular, and I'm not saying that quite correctly, level. And they had to go on a cellular level and to see which gene is more dominant. And the doctor decided which gene was more dominant. And that's how they determined the sex of the child and eliminated that gene. But then you got some individuals who are hermaphrodites who decided, their mother decided they're going to live with both organs. And they work it interchangeably. I understand. I know about those cases. That's not what I'm talking about, though. You said Jesus has always been this. What? Jess, girl, I thought I saw you up in there, Michael. You said Jess has always been disrespectful to the gay. I know you're trying to say gay community. Yes, she has indulged in it herself. I'm not even speaking to that. I have nothing to do with what's going on between her and that community. What I'm speaking to is what she said on that podcast and how the community has dragged her. Now, it could be because of his history that they have in between each other. That could possibly be the fact. But she ain't said no lies when she said only a woman can have a child. That you have to have a uterus to have a child. As that somehow offended some transgender individuals. And I'm trying to figure out why, because it's simply facts. It's simply facts. Ain't nobody telling no lies up in here. And that's all I'm saying is let's just call a spade a spade. Nobody's saying that you can't be who you want to be. Nobody's saying that you cannot have your own ideology. Nobody's saying that. But I'm saying at the end of the day, let's be real and come out of the delusion. If you are a transgender woman and you identify as a woman, feel free to do that. But at the end of the day, you ain't pushing out no baby. You just ain't. It ain't got nothing to do if I like you or if I agree with your lifestyle or none of that. I'm talking about biological fact. But she being dragged for it. She losing work because of it. And I feel like that's an unfair playing field. It's not level. But y'all can sit up here and say whatever y'all want to say about Christians, about heterosexual women, about heterosexual men. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say and still keep y'all jobs, and still have y'all community, and still band tight, and still make y'all money, and still have resources for each other. Y'all still do. And nobody really come for y'all. That's all I'm saying. Am I lying? You said, well, I will be having my sex change surgery next year, and they will be implanting ovaries and fallopian tubes, and I will become a mother. Trust me, Michael. For one, you not even transgender that I'm aware of. You ain't never told me that. And if that happens, you would be the first. Because even in y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm for real, correct me. But when they have those type of surgeries and stuff like that, the insides is still the same. It's just our aesthetics that's different. You may not have a penis, you may have a little fold that they make you, but you still got testosterone up in there. You ain't got no ovaries or no uterus inside of you, honey. Inwardly, you still a man. Outwardly, you look like a woman. Okay? That's just like a man who's living their life transgender. He took the hormones, grow the beard, got the augmentation. You understand what I'm saying? And then decided he wanted to be a mother because he was in a relationship with a woman. Well, wait a minute. I think it was I don't know, it was another man or something. I don't know how it was. It was weird. Like he went through the thing of becoming a man. Oh, he was a woman, but he wanted to be a man, so he went through the hormone therapy and all that stuff. Had the beard and stuff, and then he was with another woman. Yeah, he was with a woman, but they wanted to have a child, but he carried the child, so he looked like a man, but he was pregnant. At the end of the day, the organs are still there on the inside. See that and that's the confusion that I have. But hey, that's just me. It's still there. Biologically, you still a woman. You still able to carry a child, but you identify a man because that's how you go to aesthetically, and that's how your mind is telling you that your emotions and your mind is telling you, and maybe what you're feeling is telling you that I'm a man. But biologically, you still a woman. That's why they were able to still carry that child. And they knew that and went so far as to get pregnant and carry the child. So do you truly identify as a man? That's where my confusion is. You want us to treat you like a man. You want us to agree with you that you identify as a man. You want us to acknowledge you as a man, but you behaving like a woman because you went and got pregnant. Because you knew at the end of the day you was a woman and can carry a child. It's like you want us to identify and recognize you on your terms and when you want us to, but then you still gonna behave like a woman. Don't confuse me. Either you a woman or you a man. Because if you thought you was a man, you'd be like, no, baby, I ain't gonna carry that child because I'm a man. You go ahead and carry that child. No, but you took your female behind and went got pregnant and carried that child for 9 months. I'm just saying. I ain't lying, Michael. Sometimes your people confuse me. But whatever y'all do, you understand what I'm saying? Whatever floats your boat or sails your canoe. Okay? Whatever. And I ain't being disrespectful at all. I'm just saying. One thing you can say about the heterosexual community is that we go straight to the point. We may go do different avenues, but we straight to the point. Some of us is We like different variations, but we straight to the point. That's all I'm saying. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I feel like, I've done my due diligence. I've got it all out. Tomorrow, Friday, we are doing a show on the Essence Festival and what happened over there. And we're doing a show on how the African American community is responding to the Essence Festival and the changes. Now, I'm gonna say this: I am a little bit biased because they're taking it in a more South African trajectory, and of course, my husband is Nigerian, and I'm with it. And I ain't never been to the Essence Festival. I said, but this may be one time that I will go. Fluffy, what happened? Well, you got to tune in Friday to find out what's happening, Fluffy. Okay, but we're gonna talk about it. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we're gonna talk about what happened to the Essence Festival this year and what the African American community is alluding what will happen next year with the Essence Festival. We're gonna see. Okay. So y'all come on back Friday. You gonna be there, Fluffy? All right. Y'all come on back Friday, and I got I'm getting my little footage and stuff together. Matter of fact, I've already downloaded it. Because I figured out how I can play my videos with StreamYard since they made these changes. Since y'all said y'all not paying no $35 for me to have an upgraded StreamYard, and I get it because I ain't paying. So since y'all said that, I figured out another way to upload my videos so y'all can see it. Support the channel, $CL. If y'all like this show and it was a very intriguing conversation, support $CLAYLING. Shout out to my moderators. You guys are simply the best. Shout out to CMA, who probably gonna drag me on his show tonight or tomorrow. It's okay. I still love you, poo poo. I love you, boo boo. And because you my big old bag of Skittles. You know that. Yes, you are. You understand what I'm saying? Support the channel, like, share, and subscribe. And if y'all like it, go ahead on and support. All right, so check me out Friday. I'll be here. I want to say probably like around 7:30, depending on what time I get off of work, guys. All right. So, and thank you all who supported me throughout my brother's funeral. I did share the obituary on the live that I did earlier. And also for those who want to see what my family did over in Nigeria with the villagers. So y'all told y'all how my husband, his family, and what they are and what they represent over there. Every year they go and feed the villagers, the village that's surrounding their compound. They go feed them in remembrance of their grandfather. And so they did, and they videotaped it, and I'm going to put it on my community wall so you guys can see it, okay? All right, I love y'all. Listen, do something nice for somebody. If it ain't nothing but give a great big smile. Do something nice for somebody. If it's nothing but saying, hey, I was thinking about you, or do something nice and give somebody some money on some groceries or so a little bit of change for some gas. You know what I'm saying? Or a nice hug, whatever it is, because guess what? You reap what you sow. You understand what I'm saying? This is your Queen Clay Lynn, and I'm saying be great. Bye. Bye.